What's cracking, YouTube? It's Bruce Matson, your host of the show of Metric Scout Fantasy Football, and I got another rant-style video for you where I just turn on the camera and let it fly. And really, what's been on my mind right now, and really odd that Denzel Mims has been running through my head like crazy. His usage, him not getting targeted, him being inactive, a healthy scratch, and really want to backtrack on him. I did say he was a buy earlier. That's not looking good on my part, but on this channel, we look at these players and see what's happening with them. We take a deep dive. And from a fantasy football perspective, that's something you're not going to get anywhere else. If that's something you're interested in, you like digging deep on the players, you like analyzing the tape and metrics, then I'm your guy. Hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber matters. It fuels me to keep pumping out this content. But with Denzel Mims right now, he's seeing just a 4% target share, 69 air yards on the season. Not what we were expecting going in. As I reported the last video a few months ago when I was talking about him, though, he did have a sickness that caused him to drop 20 pounds that really backtracked his development with the new coaching staff. More news broke out what was happening there. There were some instances where he was running like the wrong routes in practices, not doing them correctly. It was like 5 or 6 times. Coaches were on to him for doing that. And the transition process just wasn't that smooth to this new scheme. Another thing to note is they want him or all the wide receivers to know all the positions on the field for the wide receivers, all 3 of them. That sounds like the major reason why he's not on the field. Schematically, just is not knowing everything the coaching staff wants him to do. Can that change? Yes. Can that not change? Could you just not see the field ever with this team? That's also a thing too. Also, they brought in Elijah Moore in the 2nd round. They brought in Corey Davis. They got their own players. They are not interested in his development. They are interested because if he goes off, then that looks good on them. But they really want their guys to succeed. They've even had some players on the team sound off that he needs to be implemented more in the offense. But really, the thing about Mims right now is he's not being used. He's out of sight, out of mind. Pretty much burning the hole in the back pockets of dynasty gamers. There's a number of things fantasy gamers can be doing with them right now. One, they could be just holding, seeing what can happen. They can be just dumping him off the roster. I mean, he's getting 4% target share. I don't recommend doing that because it's still a small sample. Things can change rather quickly and in a hurry. There are some good things in his profile. 6'3", 207. He ran a 4.38 40-yard dash, 96th percentile speed score, athleticism for days, had a 19% target share last year while playing in just 9 games. Injuries hurt him in the start of the season in 2020 during his rookie season. There were some small specs that we could have hitched a wagon to. If you're going to buy him, it's pretty much I would not spend any capital to acquire him. I would just ask for him as a throw-in in a much larger trade. Say I'm trading Jonathan Taylor for some picks or trading some picks for Jonathan Taylor. Sweeten the deal. I'll be like, hey, can you add Denzel Mims to that? It's not much. Can you just throw him in? Just ask for a throw-in. That's pretty much how I got him in trade value. I wouldn't trade him 1-for-1 for any picks. I wouldn't deal him for anything free. I wouldn't give him away for free, really, at all, even. I wouldn't drop him for free. I would just wait this out because the value is already dead. The value's already dead. You're not going to get anything for him. And the upside or the potential upside's still kind of there. There's a chance that you can still pop in some games. And this team has been very bad. It's not like the passing game has been great. Wilson's not been good at quarterback. Corey Davis has been all right. Everybody's trying to do what they can with this offense, but it's just not working out. They don't have a good run game, even though they're trying to force feed that to keep Wilson upright. There may be a time later on in the season where they just got to let Mims fly, where they got to put him on the field. And how he can be successful is with deep ball attempts. Zach Wilson is a master at that. That's what he did at BYU. Mims is going to be an air yards machine, and if those two link up, then that could hit. The odds of that's not that great. Honestly, the odds of Denzel Mims ever being a top 12, top 10 wide receiver is pretty much none. It's not happening. It's slim. The odds of him being a guy that bounces around, maybe have some value as a streamer on the back end of your dynasty roster, potential for that to happen. It could. Once he starts getting some opportunity, once he starts doing well in the field, that could happen. There's also a chance that he bottoms out, but he's pretty much technically almost bottomed out now, so it's only upside or no side for him. There's nothing really in the middle. Honestly, I'm only acquiring Denzel Mims if he's free. I would look to do so, as in a throw-in a much larger trade. I think that's fine to do in Dynasty. Redraft, I want no part of him. I don't want him on my redraft teams unless he starts doing something in the tail end of the season as a skeptical pickup off the waiver wire, but we'll come to those roads once we cross them. Right now, though, Dynasty, I only want him if he's damn near free. I'm not dropping him. I'm not looking to trade him unless I feel like I'm getting something that can actually help me build. But right now, I'm not jumping off ship. I'm holding him. Pretty much, there's no reason to drop him. Dynasty leagues are like, there's no one on waivers anyways. No one's going to offer me a trade that really moves the needle for my team. Well, a 4th round rookie pick, 3rd round rookie pick. I'm just hoping to get Denzel Mims at that point anyways. And I'm going to always trade him a few weeks later for that price tag if I want to, because it's not going to go much lower. I'll find a sucker to do that if I'm really hurting. But right now I'm in wait and see mode. I'm not off the ship. I'm looking at him as a speculative asset. I say that in almost every video because a lot of these players are just speculative assets. And this one has hit rock bottom, and I'm hoping to capitalize at least on the dead cat bounce, which I think could possibly happen. You're talking he's an injury away from seeing considerable amount of snaps. He just needs to develop a little bit, and he's seeing a little bit more snaps, and that could be just enough to help him out in fantasy value. Talking about Zach Wilson pushing the ball downfield. You're talking about Denzel Mims getting downfield. Those two just seems like they would marinate well together, their games, their style of play, and that's what we have to bank on. Outside of, we haven't had anything happen this year. Also in 2020, he's had his moments, target share wise, air yards wise, and that could still happen later on this season. So don't lose hope on Denzel Mims. It's not looking good, but it's not time to tap out yet because really the value is really at 0 right now. A lot of people are out on him. They're not going to give you anything for him, so you might as well wait and see, or if anything, see if you can get him for free and pray to God something happens. But that's all I got for you right now on this rant. I want to thank you for watching the show, sticking with me. Again, hit that subscribe button on the way out. Every subscriber matters, fuels me to do this content, and I'll catch you next time.